is that we're doing an Amish country. We spent 4 days here. So today we have snow. It's April. That's terrible, but it is what it is. So today we're going to Walnut Creek, Ohio to go to the Walnut Creek Antique Mall. And here's a little pictures of the town itself. It's a cute little town, kind of on a hill. Lots of farms surrounding it. And of course, lots of horses and buggies around here. This is a little store that's next to it. The antique mall is kind of back by the water tower, so you have to drive in a bit to even see it. But this is something that we go to every year that we come here. I always buy something at this antique mall. The prices are excellent. Definitely a must that you have to go here. Now there's quite a few antique malls in the area. This is just probably one of my favorite ones. So here's the outside of the mall. They have lots of farm type things around, and like chicken holders and feeders and old windows, shovels, lots of stuff you can use for your home, or you can even use decorate. Those chicken things are really pretty cool. I wouldn't mind putting them on a wall someplace. But look at the snow on this stuff. It's amazing. So I always look at the stuff on the outside because you never know what you're going to find that would look really cool in your house. So this is just a glimpse of the outside. So make sure you check that out when you come to this mall. We spent quite a bit of time here because I bought so much stuff here. And after looking at this video, I'm thinking to myself, boy, I should have bought a lot more because the prices were so excellent. They were basically garage sale prices. They were just amazing. Lots of good vendors at this antique mall. Definitely worth the drive. The front of the mall has a row of showcases that goes all the way back. So let's take a tour. This was a piece of Fenton, only $8. I probably should have picked up on it. It was a nice piece, but I have quite a bit of Fenton right now, so I didn't really need it. So we'll take a bit of a tour of this booth. There's 2 more pieces of Fenton there. The blue, my favorite color, of course, of Fenton also. But I passed on those for now, but those were a very good bargain. This little box is another thing I kind of debated on. It was only $4. I probably should have picked up on that too. That was a good deal. And a nice piece, no chips or cracks. And make sure you watch until the end. This is a longer video, but at the end I'm going to show you all the things that I did buy. So we have lots of tools and some thermometers and garage type items, tins, lots of more tools and fishing poles, old bottles. And here's a nice glass set right in the front. That's beautiful. It looks like a carnival set in the pattern of marigold. Here was some nice old windows. They were really reasonable. I think they were only $4 and $6 for those of us who like to do crafts with some of the old windows, or even just hang them up on the wall because they're cool looking. That was a really good price. Had I needed some, I would have bought probably the whole pile of them, but right now I have a barn full of them, so I'm not in real need of them, but these are much cheaper than what I paid for mine. So definitely a good bargain. This is one of my favorite booths at this mall. This dealer has about 2 or 3 booths, and the prices in this booth is unbelievable. I have to really look at every item because this is usually where I buy a lot of stuff. And he has lots of depression glass and dishware and just a variety of things. I like that piece. That was an elegant piece of depression glass. I was checking for chips. It was perfect, but I decided to pass on that. There's some more Fenton, and this was like the silver crest pattern, but with the different colors on it. And that was a really good bargain. Those I probably should have picked up on too. So the best thing to do is when you go to these antique malls is pick up on the things you want right away so you don't have any regrets like I do. And we're just spending some time in this booth just because I spent a lot of time in this booth. Looking around at all the neat things that this dealer has. Oh, and there's a mid-century necklace. What a bargain, $375. The necklace and the earrings, perfect. No stones missing. It's not signed, but still a nice old piece. I definitely picked up on that one. And here's a couple bracelets I was looking at. One I believe was a charm bracelet, and the other one was one with some gold and some brown beads on it. That's modern, but I just thought it was neat. It was only like $1.29. I had to get that. I'm always seem to be attracted to jewelry because, after all, I'm the jewelry lady at Plaza Antiques. Now, these candlestick holders, they were such a good buy. They were only $2.85. I don't know what I was thinking here. I should have picked up on those. They are probably from the 50s, and they say they are from the 50s. And they're really nice vintage Christmas, and vintage Christmas prices have been going up crazy lately. So that's something that really was a good buy. I probably should have picked up on that one too. I got distracted with some cufflinks, with some blue stones, $1.50, no brainer. Got to pick that up. And here's some of the showcases at the Walnut Creek Mall. Some of them has jewelry in it, some of them have advertising, a variety of things in all the showcases, so make sure you check those out. And we're back to the one booth that I really like, and this was the best deal. I had to get this. 2 Victorian shoe buttoners. That I had to get, and I took a look at these. These are they're called Cat's Meow. They're little buildings, a lot of times in the surrounding areas, and they're really nice. They're quite collectible, but I have some, so I believe I put these back, even though that was a great bargain for those. I had a collection of Michigan ones for a while, so those were fun to have on the counter, on the shelf. Here's some postcards. And lots of people collect postcards. And some more jewelry. I took a look at this glass necklace. This was nice, but it was a little bit more modern than I wanted it to be, so I passed on that one. The chain was quite nice too. I do mix in new jewelry with my old jewelry, but I really try to stick with the more older pieces. But sometimes there's a new piece that's just beautiful and I have to get it. They seem to sell just as well as the old. There's some silver-plated flatware. And here was a container of buttons. I know there's lots of button collectors out there. I would have really liked to see that. I debated on the one bag because it had some really nice big, maybe possibly Bakelite buttons in it. I wasn't sure. Bakelite is an older plastic that they made around the 40s and 50s, and it's quite valuable. And here's lots of cookbooks. I know I've bought some of these cookbooks in Amish country, especially when I was on some of my diets that I had to be on, where it had to be plain ingredients. And if you want to keep seeing these videos, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so we can keep making these for you folks and know that you want to see them. So make sure you do that. Hopefully it's giving you some information of places to go. And here's a bunch of linens. I did buy some linens out of here. The prices were really good with linens too. And most of them were under $2. And this pink set was beautiful. It was only $1 and there was 2 of them and it was perfect. Just perfect. No rips, no stains. Got those for sure. And I also looked at some tablecloths. Tablecloths are always good sellers for me too. So I always look for those, especially the ones from the 50s. Those are quite popular at the antique malls. And this was a box of aprons, which I really like this pattern here. I ended up passing on that, but that was a nice pattern, one from the 50s. And then there was some material also in there. And looking around the mall, here's some bird feeders and some buttons and jars. Marbles. There's lots of marble collectors out there too. Here's some more of the showcases with coins. A lot of people collect coins. They buy a lot of them at the antique mall or from coin shops. And a couple welcome signs. And a feed sign. And glass insulators. And more tools. Some ruby red glass, a nice cast iron ship. And this girl I wanted to show you because everybody wonders what this is. This is actually to hold napkins. That's why there's slots in that little girl figurine there. I wanted to show that because people often don't know what that is. This was the bargain of the day. Tapestry purse, $1. Beautiful. I definitely picked that up. And there was some more jewelry on this shelf. This dealer was also having a sale for half off anything over $1, which was a very good buy. Those little figurines like that go quite well too. Oh, and here's a metronome. We used to play in a band for our church, and we used those a lot. That was a good bargain too. That's something I ended up picking up on. And that's a nice old one too, and it did work. We plugged it in. So I was looking at this necklace I wanted to show because it had all the stones in it, which was great. But one stone was a little bit darkened, and that's what we call in the business a dead stone. It just means the stone is not as brilliant as maybe the other ones are in that piece. It's not a problem. It has it there, but for me, I'm kind of more fussy on my rhinestones, and I want them to be real brilliant. So it's always good to check out. But that particular necklace was only $1. That was a bargain. If you like rhinestones, that was definitely something you should have picked up on. Oh, here's some cups and saucers. And some little shoes, glass shoes. Some carnival glass. And lots of dishware. And a cow creamer. And these were some of the postcards we showed you earlier. And some tools. Some glassware, some old bottles. Here's a bit of an overview of the mall. It's quite big. I'm not sure how many dealers. I would say around 100 if I had a guess, but it took us, we were in there at least a couple hours. There's some old oil bottles and some mixers, and some of those may be reproductions. I'm not sure. I'm not as good with that types of things as I am with the dishware and the glassware. Neat signs. Some wood windows. This is another thing I kind of looked at, and I should have bought this. It was a music box dog. Very cute. Very reasonable. I believe it was half off. I wasn't thinking that day, let me tell you. That's how you turn the music box on, and the back's that little lever. I had to make sure it was on so it would run correctly. You don't really want to try a music box unless you're really interested in it, because all that whining by everybody that walks by will destroy them. So unless you're really interested in buying something that's musical, you're best not to crank that lever on that music box. Now there's two rooms at this place. There's a main room, and then there's another room that runs the length of it. And there is a lot of stuff. Make sure you hit both rooms because there was bargains on each side. This is a real pretty booth. They really decorated it nicely with some faux flowers and lots of the old farm type things. And here's some more of that booth. Pretty things, especially if you're decorating your house with a farmhouse style. Very nice. Candles, chandeliers, lots of greenery, an old scale, and a pretty candle in an old wooden structure. These candles are very pretty. They look like they're made from old posts, maybe from an old home. And there's some galvanized buckets on the bottom. I usually tend to pick those up when I see them reasonably. Those are very popular, especially springtime. People are putting flowers around their house and they like to put those in there. Some nice cars and trucks. Some Pepsi memorabilia. And a nice tire sign in the back there. Lots of advertising in this mall. There's an owl too. And an old baby buggy. Looks like someone handmade that owl. Lots of crystals hanging. Some old furniture. Some more candles and candle holders and shot glass collection. People collect those too from the different cities that they go to. I have quite a few of those. And more depression glass. Oh, and that perfume. That was a good buy, $3. I definitely had to take that home with me. The stopper worked well. You want to check the stoppers on those because sometimes they no longer push down correctly. But this one did. Probably from the 50s. Nice. This was one of the biggest bargains of the day. All of this jewelry in this case was $6. There was 10 necklaces in there. And some of them were modern, but some of them were quite nice. That blue rhinestone one was really nice. And also this pearl and crystal one I really liked. Those two alone were worth more than $6. So I wasn't sure because it said on there $6, but the case not included. So I wasn't sure if it was $6 a piece or $6 for all. And it ended up being $6 for all, but I didn't get the case, which I didn't care about the case. This was a nice pin I got for $2. That was in the same booth, so that was coming home with me. This one I debated on. I probably should have picked up on this one. That was quite nice too. This dealer had a lot of nice jewelry and very reasonable prices. Then as I looked around underneath this green plate, here was another case full of single earrings, $4 for all of them. Now I use these to decorate old vanity mirrors, and a lot of times I'll use them for my stone box. So if I have a nice piece that needs a stone, I could pull it out of some of these items. Nice old cameras. And now remember to please like us, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you like what you're seeing so we can keep doing these for you folks. Because we go all over, especially in the summertime and springtime. So we would like to keep doing these YouTube so you can see places to go. And here's some more showcases. And some Longaberger baskets, it looks like. Lots of little figurines. Santa Claus in there. Lots of salt and pepper shakers. And some Hallmark ornaments. And cherished teddies. Those are quite collectible. And precious moments. So there's not just pure antiques in here, but there's also lots of collectibles. I kind of like a mix. I think it's better that way. There's something for everyone then. Here's some nice buttons. Political buttons. And some Pez dispensers. And some funky shoes. They had some record albums. Three Dog Night. I like that one. And some furniture. some horses. And there was a cranberry piece of fenton. I'm always attracted to cranberry. I do not need any more of it, but it was beautiful. And of course I had a look at that. Some antlers. And some more furniture in this booth. And some toys. Lots of tractors. Some John Deere cups. And lots of variety. They have everything there. But definitely check out every booth because you never know what's going to be in different booths. This was a pretty natural necklace that natural stones that my husband took footage of, and I missed that. So I was not careful enough and should have been paying attention more because I would have bought that. That was really nice. It was a newer piece, but it was quite nice. And there's some more of those Cat's Meow houses. And some old bottles. And some jugs. Lots of license plates. Some pretty old ones in there. Some more tools. Tools are always really good sellers. I'm just not as knowledgeable about tools as other people, so I tend to pick them up if they're really reasonable and I know that for sure they look very old. But other than that, I'm definitely not an expert in that area. So here's some more fenton glassware. Beautiful. Yellow cream color. And here's more of that second room. And I got Annie in here with me, so you might hear a few barks from time to time. She wants to help too. She came along with us to Amish country. And there's some old chairs and some weather vanes. That chicken one was really cute. And some duck decoys. And a lantern, light fixture, and some old stamps. And there's a nice little Texaco sign and an old white wall tire. Some lights and some more advertising items. And some pictures, of course. It was an old trunk. This booth was really neat. They had painted older furniture, different colors, mainly white, and they put some decals, or it might even be hand painting, I'm not sure, on them. Super cute. There was a table there that was so reasonable. It was only $20, and I should have, that's another thing I should have bought as I look at it now. But very nice. Farmhouse decor. Buttons, and this table was very cool. It was made out of different tools and it had a glass top. That was really creative, really neat. And shovels and everything you can imagine. And there's a little reproduction toy, very nice. Some beautiful cabinets there. Like I said, the showcases go right down the middle, all the way to the end of the mall. And there is lots of things to see in those showcases, and they're very reasonably priced. And there's some smaller booths here too alongside the wall. Make sure you hit everything because the stuff I bought was in various booths throughout the whole mall. They weren't all in one. I have my favorites that I tend to go to first that I typically buy stuff from. But so this is the Walnut Creek Antique Mall in Walnut Creek, Ohio, and make sure you come down and take a look. It's a great mall. We go there every year. and really enjoy it, and I never come out of this store without something. So stay tuned to see some of the stuff that we bought, and I could go through all that with you folks, and I'll tell you what I paid for all those items. Like I said, I could have bought a lot more, probably should have. Hi, this is all the things we got at Walnut Creek Antique Mall. And I'll tell you what, after watching the video, I should have bought a lot more stuff. There were so many good deals there. That was one of the best trips ever there. We always go there every time we go to Amish country. So let me just give you a quick summary of what we got. We got this metronome, and I think I paid like $3.50 for it. It was marked half off, so that was a really good deal. It's a decently old one. This was the best deal today. This tapestry purse, and it's an old one, was only $1. $1. It even has the little purse that goes in it. That was definitely the deal today. It's really pretty too. I really like it. The perfume I got for about $3.50. That was a great buy. The necklace set, I think I paid about $3.75 for that. These two things I paid $1 for. They're just clip earrings. Oh, actually, this is cufflinks on this side. The red ones are. Those are cufflinks. And then these cufflinks with the blue stones, I think I paid about $2 for. The pin, I paid $2 for. These are for when the women used to wear Victorian boots and they had buttons on them. This was how they hooked the buttons. So these are Victorian, and it says they're $18.90. I think I paid about $2.50 for two of them, which was an amazing deal. I think I paid about $1.50 for the yellow beads, and the same for this bracelet. This is a more modern bracelet, but I just thought it was cool looking. The linens, the doily, it's a set of two. I think they were $1. They're in perfect condition, no stains. Look like they've never been used. And the funnest buy was I got all of these necklaces here, and it was $6 for all of them. There was 10 necklaces here. This was a great bargain. And then the other great bargain, this came from the same dealer, is all these, they're single earrings. Now, a lot of people would say, well, what do I need single earrings for? Well, I use these for crafts. So for $4, I got all kinds of craft jewelry. And plus I use these for the stones. So if I have that turquoise pin that needs one more little turquoise stone, there we go. So even if I didn't do crafts, I would buy it for spare pieces, because sometimes you get a beautiful set and it's missing one little stone and you can fix it. So those are all the things I got at Walnut Creek Antique Mall in Walnut Creek, Ohio.